I'm just going to obsess a little bit about a verse that says, "What good is it for someone to gain the world but forfeit his soul?" That's the verse that I am obsessed right now with. Everything that we do sometimes revolves around appeasing other people. We do that with our looks, with our clothes that we wear. And by the way, it's Monday, so I'm wearing black, right? Funeral. Anyway, we our clothes, our faces, people do plastic surgery, Botox, all this stuff, and the like multi-billion-dollar industries out there that is geared towards your appearance and how you look to other people. It seems like it's more important for us to lose weight because we want to look good, to catch the right man or whatever it could be. Or there are stereotypes out there that we have no control over. So we kind of have to do what it is that other people do to be accepted. The thing that there's a disconnect with in my life would be, I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person that would look good just so other people would respect me. I'm not that type of person who, obviously, I don't dye my hair and try to look younger because I'm okay with what I look, how I look. And actually, God has given me some talent and some nice features that gets me through the day. I just noticed that a lot of people who have done work with their faces, there's no other way to distinguish now the uniqueness of their faces, because they all kind of look the same with the puffy lips, the eyes, the cheekbones, and all that stuff. It's just not for me. In this life, you have to be okay with what God has given you, number one. Two, yes, you have to look clean, you have to look neat, you have to look presentable, but really what emanates from the soul and from your heart is what makes you look a certain pleasing way, okay? I have been with a lot of friends. I've seen a lot of people, met some people in my life where they just have pure hearts, and it's just amazing how it shines through their faces. They're not haggard looking. They're always smiling. Their skin is really good, and you just love listening to them speak, because when they do, there's so much love emanating through them, and they could be funny, they could be hilarious. And one example of that is my daughter and my son, my kids, because they're just funny, they're just funny, and they have pure hearts. It just makes me feel so proud to be their mother. I've raised kids, and before they had their separate lives, and we all had our separate lives when they were still living with me, we had so much fun where there's laughter, there's togetherness, there's so much love in between. I mean, we do argue a little bit. My kids argue, of course, they're human, they're only human. But that's one thing that I've always said all throughout my life, that I'm not blessed with money. I'm not blessed with a huge house. I'm not blessed with a lot of friends that I hang out with, or a nice beautiful car to drive around, vacations, all that stuff. By the way, vacation to me is so overrated. I do not like to be in an airport so much. I do not like being around so many people and getting cramped in an airplane to get somewhere where I don't sleep in my own bed. Vacation, going to see my kids is a vacation to me. Being around them is the best time. Being around people that I like to be around with is the greatest. So for me, going on vacation to see things, to see places, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to drive. To me, driving is seeing everything and taking your time to absorb the beauty that you see instead of flying across and seeing clouds or maybe nothing at all. I would rather drive around, see God's splendor everywhere, the beauty of his artwork. You know, when you see the mountains in Montana or Wyoming, and I don't know, was it Montana? I don't even know if I've been to Montana. See, there you go. Because we just drove through it. Iowa, Illinois, all those places, just beautiful. I'm so amazed by God's handiwork, and I haven't even seen it all. I've only driven through it, but I know that New England is beautiful. Tennessee was beautiful. I mean, just those places where you go that you just appreciate. Even California, there's so many places in California I haven't even seen, and I'd really like to go see them. But I go on vacation to just absorb God's beauty and the people. Everybody has a different way of life in different places because you kind of acclimate or assimilate with the culture. And that to me is what going on vacation is all about. And so if I did win the lottery of some sort, that's what I would do. I would not fly, or cruises are fine, but it doesn't really give you enough time for each place to just savor the beauty and the culture and all that if you don't have enough time. What would be perfect for me would be to live in a place for a month, even a year. What are the different festivals that they have? Those kind of things, to me, is what a vacation is all about. And a place where I can stay for a month, that I have my own bed, I have my own pillow, I don't have to sleep. And I think that hotels are just disgusting. Sleeping in a bed where hundreds and hundreds of people have slept before. I don't know. It's just my nature. I'm just a homebody. So to me, my home is where it's at. This is where my heart is. This is where I thrive, and creativity just flows. So another thing is just being able to spend time with the Lord and spend time with God and reading about God and researching about God. I mean, all my research now is not how to do this and how to do that. It's actually how to get to know God a little bit more, and the history concordance that I just happen to come across. And it's about how lucky we are, or how blessed we are being a remnant, because even people in the Bible that we know about, like Solomon, let's just take Solomon for instance, he wasn't as close to God as his father was, King David. So he has this verse, or the verse in one of the chapters of the book of Isaiah, or the Proverbs, where he talks about there's a season for everything. There's a season for love. There's a season for hate. There's a season for this, and it's all opposite of each other when he was talking. I don't have it memorized. I'm sorry. So he's looking at the world in two-dimensional aspect, which is, if you have this, the opposite will happen. If you have happiness, there's sorrow. If you have riches, you can lose all of it, become poor. He's not looking at the world in through God's eyes. He doesn't. He didn't see that Jesus is going to come again, like King David, his father, did. His father actually prophesied, given a revelation about Jesus coming back. So Solomon did not have that hope, so to speak, as much as his father did. And so we're more blessed in that capacity because we now came after Jesus. So we already know that Jesus had saved us, and in the future, if we just stay in the path, that we will gain eternal life with never-ending happiness. There's not going to be an opposite of what we're going to live, because he's going to take us with him in eternal life. So this is why this gift is so special. The gift of life is so special because you can either choose between life and death. Death is, in the Bible, after Jesus, means that you go to hell for eternity, and life is going to heaven for eternal life. We're not given two sides anymore, just like the flesh. We don't have happiness, sadness, light and dark, good times, bad times. It's always going to be good. It's always going to be perfect, because we're going to be transformed into the perfect image of God when we are raised up and living in eternity. And isn't that the greatest? Isn't that the greatest message ever? I mean, just imagine if you're walking through life with that hope inside of you and a blessed assurance, nothing else matters. And with that, I bid you sayonara. See you tomorrow. Bye.